Hey everybody, Josh RV Nerd with Bish's RV. Welcome back once again to the regular return of members of the RV Nerd Herd. Get you some updated annual footage here on the 174 J Flight. This is unequivocally the simplest, most basic, bare bones series of things that Jayco makes right here. You can get it in either the conventional tin skin or a fiberglass skin. Now, how you do that may actually vary from eastern to western production. So like the J Flights that I see here in southern Michigan come from northern Indiana. A lot of our stores out west, like say Idaho, those come out of actually Idaho. So there can be some regional differences there, but you do have the ability typically to put fiberglass skin on one of these. Now, keep in mind when you do that, you're going to add extra weight and reduce your cargo capacity, which this thing is already pretty minimal when it comes to cargo capacity anyway. But it's a small camper that doesn't have a lot of space to pack a lot of stuff anyway. So plan accordingly, please. But one of the other really interesting qualities on this one, they're one of the only makers of a single axle camper like this I've seen with a 60 by 80 true queen mattress up front. That is a very rare quality. Now, yes, you're definitely climbing over one another to get to the bathroom at night, but I don't know, maybe that's how you ended up filling the bunks in the first place. I'm not sure. I'm not here to judge. But if you wanted to put like a serious queen mattress in there, you could. Although this is probably one of the better factory mattresses I've seen. Is it amazing? No, but it's better than a lot of them. They've been listening. They've done things like added a shower skylight, added shower surround paneling, so you can take a shower and not have to worry about getting your walls wet, that kind of stuff. They put in a bigger refrigerator. They also tend to have heavier bunk ratings. But there's also things on this that are not awesome, like it lacks a bathroom vent fan, which I feel like somebody should have had a V8. I'm kind of surprised that that's still the case. But things like that, telling you good with bad, like the cargo capacity. I want you to know we're giving you straight information here, even though I can barely, apparently, speak today. I'm done. Let's go inside. So first of all, look at the space in here. Wait a minute, how did I get here? There we go. That's a little bit more like it. Sorry, must have got dropped off in the wrong dimension. Back over here in Earth 616, Elon Musk's space-time machine must have took a left turn in Albuquerque, basically. What I'm getting at is every manufacturer and their brother builds something like this. And some are more basic, like the FSX versions. They're very much more basic, and they're less expensive and probably lighter weight. Then there's some like, say, a GeoPro, which is fancy-dancy, but it's heavier and more expensive, and this is somewhere in the middle. So they all bring something to the table. What's Jayco have? Well, first of all, I think they do one of the smartest table designs over here in this little two-person basic baby dinette. It is old school, it is classic, it is not flashy, fancy, or expensive, but the fact is it's freaking functional. And it eliminates a lot of that annoying knee knocker kind of nonsense. They're also doing pocket screwed cabinetry, where it's not stapled fasteners holding everything together. Because sometimes you look at RVs and you wonder, I think these things are just held together by staples in my imagination. And you know what, sometimes I'm not necessarily sure you're wrong. Another thing that Jayco does a little bit differently over here is how they build their bunks. They add more reinforcement to it, and each of these bunks is 300-pound rated. I've seen sometimes half that. Now, you might notice the upper bunk in this one does not have any sort of window or anything, and they don't do any sort of privacy curtain over here. Could you probably finagle something? Yeah. I've seen some people just take like a beach towel and tuck it into that, basically under the mattress of the top bunk and just dangle it down, and there you go. Instant bottom bunk curtain, and now you're all set. But that idea doesn't work for everybody. They obviously, also, they fully block off that bunk wall right there, which not every manufacturer does. Now, a couple seasons ago, they finally adopted the larger full-size fridge. They were one of the last manufacturers to do that, although, again, now that there are a lot of those even more basic budget-built versions of this floor plan, you're finding that some builders don't even have the propane furnace like you're seeing under that refrigerator over there. They only have an electric space heater that we often call a fireplace in the RV. They have a little dorm fridge. This is a full-size, like a 8 cubic foot, 12-volt compressor fridge with a bonus drawer below it, you know. And with this being stick-built, they can put power outlets right against the walls, right where they're really handy. And it seems funny that it's placed over there and not over here. But That, if you choose to add a TV to the RV, is where you would probably mount a television, but that's not going to be for everybody. They do put a full window in the entry door, which is nice. A lot of manufacturers don't do that because a little camper like this is often, I just tripped over nothing, is often starved for campsite window coverage, but it doesn't have a privacy shade. But one could be added. It's just a matter of what works for you. They do tend to put a little more lighting per square foot in these J-Flights, which is one of the things that helps them look and feel a little bit bigger. Now, remember I said how there's the even more budget class versions of this. There are builders out there making campers this that look like this on paper, but they're only 6'1" from floor to ceiling. I'm 6'1" flat-footed without shoes, meaning just wearing shoes in this RV, my head would be scraping the ceiling, and I would be cold cocking myself on that air conditioner. A couple years ago, and J-Flight used to be one of those, but a couple years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago now, they updated to a full 6'6" interior ceiling height from floor to ceiling. Now, since they don't need to do a full-on ducted heat system, they can keep this thing carpetless, ventless, easy cleaning. And again, I think one of the signature calling cards of this model right here is the fact that it is a full 60 by 80 true queen mattress. I can't think offhand of any other builder of a floor plan laid out like this one that has that feature. Most of them have a camp queen and like a little headboard, and if you rip the headboard out, well then maybe you could put a true queen into it, but the fact is most of them are not capable of accepting a true queen, and they certainly don't provide it from the factory like Jayco's doing here. So it's a bit of a push-pull kind of thing. Now, they have offered and then stopped offering and then offered and stopped offering a side mount air conditioner several times during my career, and frankly, I can't even keep it straight. I don't think they're offering side mount air right now, but that's why that one pocket has the cargo net there, because this one obviously has the full roof air. And if you're looking at one that does have the optional 200-watt solar package, like we're doing today, that's where your charge controller is going to be located, up in that neck of the woods right there. Now, you have pleated, shades and tinted windows for privacy all the way around here. Something else that you have here is a surprising amount of storage. But again, being a basic budget camper, I don't know that everyone's necessarily going to love how all of it's executed. So starting here under the bed, the under the bed storage and the outside storage are the exact same cavity. You can see that outside door there. I like the cabinetry over the bed, although if you're the person who's sleeping all the way up against the nose of the RV, it's going to be a little bit of a head bonker, so kind of keep that in mind, There's not full storage under both sides of the dinette, because one side of the dinette has like your electrical converter panel built into it. So you're going to want to keep that in mind too. That is one of those refrigerator doors that can open from either direction. I don't think that has any benefit in this floor plan unless you want to, I don't know, maybe you can reach around the corner and grab a shower beer from the bathroom if that's how you like to jam. I'm not sure. The kitchen overall though, I think it has good storage capacity, but doesn't really have a lot of what I think we would primarily look for drawer space, because under the sink is wide open. Now, there is a single bonus drawer below the refrigerator, which it occurs to me that I actually kind of forgot to open that up for you. So give me a second, we'll get over there. So it does technically have one drawer, and in the past, I think this floor plan had absolutely no drawers, which no drawers is not how you want to encounter my Uncle Gary at any point. I'll just simply say that. I don't know if there's enough therapy in the world to fix that. But moving past that, like I said, below the refrigerator, you do technically have a drawer here. But I don't know that I look at this and I think silverware or something like that. You're in a little camper. You're going to make something work. You could make it work. I just don't know that obviously that's the thing that you're looking toward. The space around the toilet's not bad. It's a little bit tighter on the left-hand side. I hold my camera with the left hand, so I don't really get to demonstrate that. But, right-handy folks, you've got that curtain there, which in a pinch you could use to apparently for your backside. I don't know. I'm not saying I would recommend that necessarily. You do have a locking bathroom door here as well. And before I stand up and show you the shower, I want to show you something that I personally feel is a miss. And I hope you appreciate that. I'll go out of my way to show you hits and misses in these. You have a bathroom vent, but it's not a powered vent fan. And that just, I don't know. I think that I don't like that. Now, could you wire a fan into it? Certainly, but the factory doesn't do it. And even if you have us do it, we'll back our work, but the factory doesn't guarantee anything that we do because they didn't build it. So those are all factors for you to kind of think about and consider. But keep your feedback coming, because your feedback is the reason these have shower surround paneling and a big old skylight, because in the past they did not always have those things. And that skylight is critical here, because without it, when you're a little over 6 foot like me, there is no way you'd ever be able to stand up in that shower. So what's it gonna take to tow this epic mega beast down the road? Well, thankfully, not much. I'm not saying I'd do it with my Ford Maverick, but this is actually a good fit for someone who maybe doesn't want to have to go out and buy an expensive, big, heavy new truck or something like that. Maybe you've got an existing decent tow package SUV or mid-size tow package pickup. This is a little camper that can work in those sort of situations. And again, I do want to mention that we're looking at an Indiana-built Eastern Edition today. If you're looking at one out west, there's things like the Baja package that will like flip the axle. I think it's a bigger water tank, a bigger propane tank. You can get some of that stuff over here from the Indiana-based production in what's called the STX edition. But that's one of the things that is very confusing about this camper. There's like 4 or 5 versions of it, all built by Jayco, all called a 174, that are all slightly different. So it can be a little weird at times. So I kind of like to record this one as the absolute base version, because then it's very easy to look at the options list and see what sort of things could be added to it and enhance it a little bit. Now, it's not a full pass-through, but it is a big underbed storage compartment. And as we saw inside, I believe you can get to that, from the interior as well. Nice little touch here. They are still including the larger entry handle for easier come and go here. And I would love your opinion on this. The stable steps that we're looking at. What if instead of these stable steps, they went back to the traditional fold-out steps to save a couple bucks, but then gave us a powered bathroom vent fan? I think personally that would be a beneficial give and take kind of exchange. But that's just my nerdy 2 cents. I would love your input on that, because at the end of the day, a lot of people say, Josh, you have all this pull with the manufacturers. Actually, no, I don't. Who has pull with the manufacturers are people that buy RVs. And if I can show them comments saying people would buy more of them if you did this, they go, okay, we will do that then. Now, apparently someone is honking their horn 100 times over here, but that's okay. We are prepped and ready for a backup camera, but frankly, even if an RV doesn't have a thing on it that says backup camera prep, you can still put a camera on the back of it. As I hopefully flashed a graphic on the screen there, you can see that we are prepped and ready for a telescopic removable ladder, because this does have a full walk-on roof, which a lot of people, very few RVs don't nowadays. There are still a handful that do, but most have walkable roofing. A spare tire standard on these, you got to watch that. When you're in these single axle budget campers, a lot of manufacturers will do anything they can to peel a couple bucks out of them. I also want to mention, Jayco no longer standard has the J Smart turn signal lighting package on everything they make. This is one of the members of the family that does not have it. You do still have reverse lighting though, which is kind of handy. And over here, you may notice that we do have a tankless on-demand water heater. So if you want to take some back-to-back hot showers, you absolutely could do that. And you may notice too that these do have very heavily tinted windows, which not everything in this class does. But as this, we mentioned when the video began, normally it comes with a tin skin like this. If you want, there are ways that you can have fiberglass applied to it. Like over here in the Midwest, which is fed by Indiana-based production, there's 2 ways. One, you can just option fiberglass onto it. Secondly, there's the STX package, which is, in the Western versions, there's a thing called a Baja package. It adds a bunch of stuff. In the Eastern versions, STX is Baja plus fiberglass, if that helps anybody translate that kind of stuff. So I'd be kind of curious, which one would you go with and why? I'd kind of love to know. And to help you, I will leave you some links in the video description where we have a lot of these. These are very popular in our lineup. It's probably, I bet this is one of our top 10 most popular by volume trailers in our entire organization. not an accident for it. Giving you a bigger warranty, bigger bed, bunch of other things in a more affordable, little lightweight, easy towing camper. But it's not for everybody, certainly. When you're ready, though, we're ready to help. I don't know, see if it is your second camper the first time or not. You give us a call. We're happy to help guide you. But until then, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.